One of the things you learn when you're acting, especially in TV and film, is continuity, right? Now, when you shoot a scene, you do that scene many, many times. You do a wide. So you do your wide, you do what you do in the scene, then you're going to do your mid, and then you're going to come up for your close. So whatever you've done in your wide or your mid, you've got to repeat it time and time again. So if you complicate things, you then got a problem when someone says, oh, on this line you did this, on that line you did this. It's mind-numbing, right? What did I do? I go on the wide, I go into the thing, and they said, just improvise how you're going to fly this ship. I pressed every button. Turn this, turn it. And so the lovely continuity lady by the time, she bloody did. By the time it came to my close, and I can't remember nothing, and she's like, Joe, when you said this line, you pressed the red button, and when you done that, you press. I'm like, ah!
Now you wish you stood there with your hands behind your back.
May, I have to be writing things in my handmiddle, oh yeah, this one, that one. It was, I was so excited. It was like a dream come true. And that TARDIS was ill, as they say on the street, meaning great.
And not across all this. No, wonderful. Well, that's really great. A question from the top, yes, up there.
Oh, hello. Oh.
Would you get
course.
this serious?
Wait a minute, who is this? It's my friend. Hello, she's dressed up as my doctor. Huh? It was very heavy. I had to have people stand by to hold it while I wasn't talking. Do you know what I mean? It was quite heavy, but of course I have to do my own series. It's obvious. Here I come.
We've got about 5 minutes left. Yeah, Phil, question then.
Hey. Well, you know Ray, the designer. He's just another legend. You know what I mean? Amazing. He worked with Doctor Who for how long? How many decades? Oh gosh. He had strong ideas about it. But what was great was that we did collaborate. We did talk a lot about how we saw this Doctor, and she's kind of no-nonsense, kind of, bit more. I suppose I've said it before, a bit of a nod to Capaldi, that kind of structured. You know what I mean? Whereas Jodie's all kind of, she's like this and she's like that, and it's flaunted, and I'm sort of kind of a bit more rigid. I can't even begin to impersonate the greatness of Jodie, but I tried. But she had and then to have that nod of that shirt, have that kind of Victorian shirt, but the genius was using the African kente cloth and the nod of the culture as well, which kind of encapsulated everything. It was just a perfect costume, and then the DMs and the jeans, and it was just it was perfect. I couldn't have been happier. And more times, the costume disappoints you. You're like, you talk a big talk, and then you see the costume, you're like, oh, this is what you came up with. Oh well.
Or it's a costume where you're freezing cold or boiling hot.
Yeah. Well, that's a costume where I can't put on any weight. Every time I get the call when they say, Joe, we want you to come back, I'm like, oh gosh, kneel by mouth for the month. Because it's a fitted suit, there is no room. They can take it in, but there's nothing to take out. No. You can lose weight, that's fine, but if you put on weight, the last time I was there, oh my gosh. Anyway, let's not talk about that.
There was a question over here, wasn't there? Yes.
So which monster from either the classic or
Say again, please, my
Which Doctor from either classic or New Who? Oh, monster, sorry. Which monster would you like to go up against?
Well, I've not got my hands on the Daleks. They're the classic, come on. I want some of the Daleks. I mean, I had the Jajuns, and they were scary. But I also like the Weeping
Angels.
Yeah, because they're very skilled but dangerous. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't mind a bit of that, but a bit of Dalek action. I want to get into conversation with them because I want to hear them. I go, shut up.
One question more, maybe. Yes, over there. Yeah.
My dear, we were sat there, I'll never forget it, and we're watching it happily, and he's like, oh, that's a nice part for you, isn't it? And then that moment in that scene when I'm still as Ruth, but I fight the Jadoons and I do my Jason Bourne thing on it.
You're happy I know how to do that.
Yeah, he looked at me, he looked back, he paused the thing, he went, ah! He said, what was that? You told me to do fighting? And I was like, oh, I forgot about that scene.
Conveniently.
Oh, I didn't remember that. I said, let it play, honey, let it play. I wish I'd filmed him because the reaction was that he sat there, when the reveal happened, when Joe's looking at me and I say, oh, let me take it from the top, he kicks off his slippers, he was running around the front room screaming, his phone was going off because all his other Hoovian school friends were all Hoovians, were like, no, I've seen your mum, your mum!
They all suddenly want to come around your house really frequently.
Oh my goodness.
Can you ask your mum, can I have a photograph?
Yeah. Constant, that is constant. And he, my son doesn't swear, well, of course he must swear when I'm not there. But I've never heard him swear in my life, and he'd never swear in front of us. But he turned to me and said, Mum, I'm not going to swear, don't panic. He said, Mum, can I swear? Can I swear? And I said, go on. And he didn't use a big swear word. Fricking is not a swear word, is it?
No, I think
that's what he said. He said, fricking hell. Those were his words.
Or at least it sounded like that.
This guy.
Joe, we could go on for ages nattering. It's been such a delight. Unfortunately, time has defeated us.
Oh no.
Can you please give a huge round of applause?
Again. I hate this, so take it with me. Hello. We are very much going to celebrate the new Who. As new as it gets, really, because we have a mainstay of New Who, a mainstay of the last season, and someone who was in the most recent episode. Will you please welcome, and I can't see any of them, so in no particular order, Gemma Redgrave, Susan Twist, and Steph DeWally.
It does work. There you go.
Between Janet and Matthew. Wow.
Well, do you know what? This is the first time I've ever used this. What receipt? Thank you very much. So I've no idea.
It's I found it on eBay, and I think they also have
You can
Etsy.
actually do it.
I was going to make that one, and then it's got the old companion.
But it's dangerous, isn't it? It's like you just got 20 quid stuck behind something like that.
Now, I'm going to sign it to Chloe, is that right?
Not that I'm built cynically, but...
I'm trying to find a pen which is small.
So this is all courtesy, you know, business plans.
Ale oni sobie filmają łacinę i to robiłem. Ładnie?
Thank you so much. Bedfordshire.
I will pay good money to see it. It also so tempting though, doesn't it? You know, it's like when you see the luggage coming around on the carousel. Is it just me, but do you ever get that feeling that you just want to ride on that carousel? Just sharing. Because we do think all these things, but sometimes we don't admit what we really think. You know what I mean? But I got to the gate. Because they called the flight, and all the others were gone ahead. And I suddenly got there, and it was my bag and my ticket and absolutely everything. I left it in one of those cafes in the airport. And so I had to go back and get it. You know, it was still hanging on the chair of the cafe with everything, all my money, passport, everything. That's happened to me before. I was in a phone booth with the same thing. Anyway, so by the time I think when you make phone calls and you turn into Superman. Where are you? I'm in a telephone kiosk. It's a booth, is it? A booth? Telephone box, it's a box. Is it the telephone box? I know you tried playing any game like Scrabble with me. You forgot it. Moving on. Do you have any work coming up in the near future?
Well, yes, I do. Everything's very blessed with that.
I can't see, but boy, I can hear. Yes, I have. I've got some more audios coming out soon. And I know surprising ones too. and also I've done a little kind of sketch thing, which is very fun. I don't watch myself. And also I have just finished another story for you know what's it called, Origins? Yes. Henry. Right. Well, they've got my first story, Velvet House. I don't know when you've read it. Oh, thank you, darling. Come on, yeah, so I finished that, which was a very interesting little time. Let me tell you now, I know everything there is to know about howler monkeys. And I said to your beloved child, I said, did you know that howler monkeys are the loudest animal on this planet? And he said, no, they're not. I've got the challenge now. So I said, yes, they are. I've just been, because when I research things, I really get into it. And he said, no, they're not. He said, they haven't got you on the list, have they? Like father, like son. So I wrote that. And of course, the lovely Sophie Aldrin, she's doing a book about all the badges and things like that on her jacket. And because I hadn't seen that era of Doctor Who, but I chose, of course I chose this because it's something that I know. And I've written something about her when she was 14. It's tied up with Harley Davidson motorbikes. So I was dealing with howler monkeys and Harley Davidson motorbikes and tree roots and all the rest. So that's something else I've been doing. And also when you work in the those kind of things, if something isn't acceptable, you have to think and rewrite, and a good writer will do that. You know, you don't just stay behind what you've written. I did tell them, you know, they knew that I wrote slightly differently and that I wouldn't be writing that.
Having read many of your emails and texts, you certainly do that.
For you, what's your name?
Chloe. C-H-L-O-E. I can spell my own name, I'm alright.
C-H-L-O-E.
Yes.
What's the date today? The 6th.
6th of April.
Shall I put anything on it?
Yeah, you can do your side character thing.
Okay. Milton Keynes, do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember. It's amazing, isn't it? It's like something about film. First time the Cardiff. Yeah. Oh, it's fine. It came out well, didn't it, darling? This is my funny story I had to tell.
Yes,
We were watching the final. It would have been when you're in the coat, and my mum having a bath. She's got a robe on. And Mummy, Anita Dobson's in it again from Church Road, and she runs in with a little robe going, oh, must rewind it so I can sit. And then she sits, watches the entire episode. Because you were there, and then she continued off.
I'm very honoured. You tell her I'm very honoured. Now who's it to?
Chloe.
C-H-L-O-E.
Yeah.
Your panel was lovely. The question and answers really good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, what was your question?
If you could play any other character in a soap, which one would you want to be in it? It's a hard one.
Well, I kind of really love the ones that
Yeah.
I played, but let's see. I mean, I did love Dynasty, so yeah. Something like Joan Collins, yeah. What we gonna
Stick to Ange.
Yeah, I think so. And she was mine.
Lovely.
I don't want to play anybody else.
No, lovely.